Hello everybody, it is Coach Angelo and welcome back to another Coaching Up video. Today we are going to be talking about the deltoids. I know, right? We talked about biceps, we talked about triceps. Today we are going to be talking about shoulders. So, here we go. Your shoulders, aka your delts, are made up of three heads: your anterior delt, your lateral delt, and your posterior delt. Each one of these delts control different parts of your shoulder, different parts of your mobility. When you put your hand out in front of you, you're working mostly your anterior deltoid, so your front delt, and a little bit of your pec minor because it has to raise your arm up, but we're going to make a chest video anyway, so I'll explain what chest does in its own time. So this is great for just overall, like, these movements for raising your arm for a front raise are really good because it helps with a lot of things. One, it stabilizes you with your bench, so your bench press will, like, you don't fall over when you're trying to bench because nobody really wants to fall over if they're trying to bench. Two, it's really good for just overall shoulder health for you to do some sort of front raise because you need to make sure that you're able to, like, twist your hands in a 360 degrees and make sure that your rotator cuffs are still working well. So exercises that people kind of neglect that I think you should do is like front raises or shoulder press, because it's really important that you keep that rotation in your shoulders so you're able to, like, touch your head and stuff. So that would be like your front delt. So you want to make sure that you train that. So exercises that I would recommend for front delts is like doing a front raise or some sort of compound pressing movement to really build up those front shoulders to be really nice. Most people say that they're overdeveloped, but having a really strong overhead press will actually help you carry you for a strong bench press. So always do overhead press. It's great exercise, really, to build up your bench and to keep your shoulders really stable and making sure they're mobile. Next exercise for your lateral delt. So this is the deltoid that lies right in the middle, and it's the one that, like, pops to the side in your shirts and stuff, so you look like you have that 3D delt effect. So best way to train that is going to be lateral raises and upright rows. Now, some of y'all are probably thinking, upright rows? That might not be good for my shoulders, and this, and that. Look, you're not going to grab the bar way too close to where now you're compromising your shoulder health. What I want you to do is actually grab outside of shoulder width and do upright rows that way, because yes, you'll get a little bit more trap engagement, but regardless of anything, if you're doing a side lateral raise or an upright row, you're going to get trap engagement regardless, because it's kind of impossible to move your shoulder to the side without getting any sort of trap engagement. You see how my trap is going? Like, it really is impossible. Like, you can't take traps out of anything, bro. So, unless you like trap dominant, traps just be taking over everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do lateral raise because now it's trap raise, you know what I mean? Like, but regardless, yeah, the best exercises for building up that overall mass in the side delt, honestly, are lateral raises and upright rows, because, and you gotta do them together, because most people will tell you, oh, you gotta do, like, one or the other. You have to do one lateral raise or upright rows, and I'm here to tell you you should do both, so you can really get that engagement in those lateral delts, because they don't really get worked enough. Because your front delt's always getting worked because of bench press, overhead press, stuff like that. You know, even some movements that you wouldn't think that they would be super engaged in, they're engaged in. Like, even a bicep curl. Like, if you lean back a little bit, yep, now your anterior deltoid's taking over. So, the best thing to do is make sure that you do both upright rows and side lateral raises, because that will help your delts grow like crazy. And you'll thank me in the future. The last delt, the posterior deltoid. So that's the delt that's in the back of your arm. It's right behind the side delt. And that delt is probably the most important delt to train. Why am I saying this? Okay, most people that are watching my channel, we all go to school. We all know what school does. You're sitting in a chair all day, hunched over like this. You know what I mean? And your posture kind of reacts like that. So you'll be in school, and you'll get up, and then the teachers will think that you can't fucking do anything because your shoulders are so rolled forward. You look like a seal that just came out of water and is like freezing. No, you don't want that. So make sure that you train your rear delts so you don't look like a sick chicken. So best exercises for the posterior deltoids are reverse flies with the pec deck machine if you guys do train at the gym, or if you don't have a gym membership and you train at home, you could also do bent over flies. That way you can actually train your rear delts. But if you're at the gym also, I would recommend doing face pulls, because they prescribe that exercise for a lot of people that have posture imbalances at a physical therapy. So the best thing to do for that is to make sure that you're doing some sort of face pull, or that you're doing some sort of reverse fly or pec deck fly, something to train your rear delts. Because if you have big bralette shoulders here and here, but you ain't got no rear delts, your posture's gonna look weird because everything else is hunched over because it's so used to being used, and your rear delts aren't gonna be back. You know how they say shoulders back, chest up? That is in regard to your shoulder blades, your scapula, and your posterior deltoid. You gotta make sure that all that is good and ready to go, because then you're gonna look, like I said, like a sick chicken or like a seal out of water. You know what I mean? You don't want that. So yeah, that was the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making this. I thought it was really fun. Lexi, you're gonna have a fun time editing this one. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.